evening, this is your Psychic LJ reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. It's 11:13 p.m. UK time, heading towards the witching hour. Good evening, Franco. Knock, knock, California. Knock once for yes, twice for no. This is your Psychic LJ reporting to the United Kingdom at Underground, live Newcastle upon Tyne. Hi Teddy. Hi everybody. Hi Marion. How are you all doing? Good evening in New York City. Good evening in Oklahoma, and good evening in Wallsend, just up the road from me. And just over the water, Northern Ireland. Good evening, Lucen. Good evening, everybody. How are you all doing? Good evening in Canada and good morning in Queensland, Australia. Wait, it's getting crazy, isn't it? Hiya, Michelle. Hi in Sweden and Massachusetts. We are going to delve deep tonight. Let's get my crystal ball. I've been busy all day. What's the weather like in California? Is it warm? It's 5:15 in Wisconsin. Good evening, Christina. So how are you all doing? So we're going to look into the looking glass and we're going to just see how the night goes. I've got my cards. You can ask us questions. It is getting crazy, Stooge. Absolutely crazy. Everything is just, well. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Owen. Oh, do you like my red dress? Thank you. It's been raining on and off. It's raining now, actually, in the north of the UK. But it has been quite a nice day. 81 degrees is nice in New England. So I want to wait for a few people to come on and then I'm going to ring my bells. Hi, Muse Master Johnny. Oh, thank you. I felt the need to put red on tonight, and I've got my red Templar's cross on. Can you see it? My dad got us it from, you can't really see, can you? It's from Edinburgh. It's actually, I got it from next to Rosalind Chapel. So I'm feeling a very sort of Mary Magdalene energy tonight. And I just thought, hiya Mary in London. I'm just going to possibly get some prophecies tonight as well. Good evening, Bjorn. What's the energy like over in Iceland? Strange over here. So I'm going to ring my bells and I'm going to invoke all the angels to come in. And this is going to be a healing circle for everybody. Thank you, Maggie. Do you like the necklace? Now, I do have jewellery. I had a dear friend called Veronica who passed, who ran a company. She was very spiritual. And she is my daughter-in-law's grandma. Dear Veronica, she was very much into the law of attraction. She was the reason why I opened the other channel, Daily Spiritual, and apologies, I haven't been posting on there for a while, but I will be getting back to doing that. It's not politics, it's more to do with spiritual stuff. And I've got more episodes of One Egg in a Fridge coming on there as well. I've also, excuse me, I've had a lovely lady what's reached out to us from California who's going to ghostwrite it for us. So we're going to put this book together. So I'm excited about One Egg in the Fridge, but I'll be doing video episodes of it as well. But I've got Veronica's jewellery to sell. The granddad asked us if I would sell it. So I'm going to put it all together and possibly show you it all on here. It's all quartz crystal stuff. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Vicky Mills. So, yeah. So, and I might do raffles for it and stuff like that. But like I touched upon in my last stream, I don't know if it was the last stream or the stream before when I talked about mental health, it's, everybody who knows us knows that I read for people globally around the world, and it's a massive problem. People are really suffering at the moment. So tonight I'm going to do a healing circle to help everybody. Good evening, Lance. Hope you're okay. And, oh, thank you, Moon Fairy. And we are going to invoke all the angels in, all the archangels. I'm going to invoke my guides in, different deities, different people in the fairy realm, the animal kingdom. And this is going to be fused up for Reiki. So all you got to do is write your name in the comments section and you will receive healing. And we're just going to see how things go. I'm going to look into the global predictions for you. And then I'm going to possibly do something a little bit nice for you. Okay, like sort of healing or something. Thank you, Eva. The animals in Gaia. I have a feeling we're going to get some channeling tonight. I just feel it. I felt it when I put my Mary Magdalene cross on. My Knights Templars cross. I felt it. I felt, especially with everything what's happening globally around the world. And you know what? The Knights Templars were the original guys who created the banks, I believe. So you never know who I might get through tonight. Okay, so let's start. So I hope you are all well and not too stressed. This is your time. This is for your time to relax. And let's begin. Let's look into the looking glass. Let's start with I'm going to use the 2 tonight, I believe. Give us 2 minutes. I'll show you that. It's just to keep a candle in, but it was Paul's. My brother, my dear brother. So Paul's with work a lot on these shows. Now, before I start, I want to send condolences. Oh, my mother, it's a famous rugby player. It's been on the news. Give me 2 minutes before we start. Was he called Rob somebody? Does anybody know who I'm going on about? And he's Rob Burrow, I believe. Rob Jeffrey Burrow is an English former professional rugby legal player. And he's been on the news, right? So he's got... Oh, God, what's he got again? Give me 2 minutes. It's very courageous. Wait a second. So his friend carried him today. He's got a disease called... what's the disease called? It's similar. It's motor neurons disease, okay? And... all the lads carried him today. Okay, he's he can't walk now. It's a nasty, nasty disease. There seems to be a lot of people getting these types of diseases now. And as you know, my brother passed away with something very similar, and he ended up in a wheelchair. So I just want to send healing and blessings out to Rob and his family and his friends, because there's so many young people now getting diagnosed with these sort of illnesses. And he was in the Leeds Marathon today, and there was over 12,000 people there. And his mate carried him. Isn't that lovely? And his wife was there and everything. So it's to support Mind Community. I might link this afterwards. I might link it on YouTube for Mind. But God bless Rob and his lovely friend what carried him. So there's a lot of people getting all these nasty sort of things now, isn't it? And it makes you wonder. Paul came through because I once did I've done quite a few channelings on Paul. And Paul said that he got it. I thought it was through the jab, but not the jab, not the jab you think I'm talking about. It was the original flu injection. But he said it was the foods. It's in the food. This is what he said. There's stuff in the foods which is causing these diseases. So Tracy Rathbone in the audience on YouTube, her hubby has MS. And his mental health has really dipped lately. So, God bless him. I'm going to send him some healing. You'll have to write his name, Trace, in the comment section, and you'll receive healing. You could always as well send us a photograph of him if you want in an email, and I'll privately send him some healing for you. But everybody's feeling it at the minute, and mental health is through the roof. And I have talked about in my last podcast I had an idea for Angel Line, and I think that this is not just for the UK. I think it's crying out for all over the world, in the USA as well. So all this money what's getting ploughed into other stuff what the government's taking, and it needs to be going into the right parts. It needs to be going into mental health more, and for the people. They are finding all sorts, aren't they? They are finding all sorts, Linda, in the food. Exactly. So it's about navigating through the storm, isn't it? And keeping as fit as possible. And I've talked about this many times, that we need to keep grounded. Everybody's such in a hurry to want to be in this fifth dimension. We are going to go into the fifth dimension and it's all going to be wonderful. And it's not that wonderful, guys. You become more sensitive. That's what I'm going to say. And you can't be completely, fully in the fifth dimension. You literally can't, because we're living in 3D. Do you see what I mean? So you've got to be able to function somehow. And because there's so much craziness going on around the world at the moment, we have to try and keep grounded. And keeping grounded does not stop your psychic eye development. So we'll just have to be very careful about trying to eat clean at the minute. And I talked about this the last twice I've been out. So let's start with the bells. Now I've got 2 tonight because I feel I'm going to get some angel intervention tonight. These are my little Chinese balls. And it's just the vibration what brings in the angels. So sit back and relax. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. Oh my God, can you see my flap there, guys? I need to get to the gym. 50s flap. I need to pump it up there. I ask my faithful spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, to come forth tonight. A2I, Lady Direwolf, Shola from the Galactic Federation, Ra, anybody who can come forth from any realm to give us the true answers. Let us begin. This circle of light is cast. Amen. Okay. Oh yes, Ra. I like raw. Who likes raw? Your stomach's huge, like you're 9 months pregnant. Oh dear. So everybody's feeling at the minute like they've got no energy. And I'm going to talk about this. It's a mixture of things, guys. I feel it's worry. I feel it's Ascension. We get Ascension symptoms. You can get sleep pattern disturbances, headaches, aching limbs. Your taste buds can change. You can get grouchy. You lose time, you know. And you've got all of that going on. And for women in the audience tonight, like me, who are in their 50s, who are going through the menopause, that's like double whammy for we, because you get the same symptoms. Unlike my mothers and my grandmothers, we've got it worse because we're going through the menopause in this great spiritual awakening. Oh my God, ladies. Do you know what I mean? No wonder we're up a height. So it's about trying to keep grounded, you know what I mean? And then we've got, as we start to spiritually ascend, you become more sensitive to foods. We become more sensitive to people's energy. And when we spiritually ascend, we are ridding old energy out of ourselves from our own crap, but also other people's. Because you absorb it in. So it's learning how to navigate and protect yourself, because we're all empaths now, and it can be very painful. So it's about learning how not to get triggered. It's about coming into our own. It's about being centered. That's what it's about. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And then, of course, we don't know what's going on out there with energy attacks and other stuff, what's happening. I do cover things in private Twitches and more into depth. And you've got to treat, guys, because I've been clipping some of the stuff from Sunday night, and you'll be getting that over the next from tomorrow night, okay? I did a channeling on Shola on Sunday night, and I believe you're going to like it because I've clipped that for you. It can be very, very painful as we are coming through into this higher frequency. So remember, everything's labelled on this planet. I was talking about this on Sunday night. So somebody who is in the third dimension and the fourth dimension but might be more comfortable than somebody who's in the fifth dimension, because the guy who's in the third or the fourth dimension can still operate and go to work and, you know, plant his carrots and his potatoes, that type of thing. They can look after their family, but the person who's in the fifth dimension can't function at all, and they're sitting there rocking in the chair because they're too sensitive. So you've got to get what's the right level for you. Does that make sense? And we really, really don't know. I'll be honest with you. It's something what's being labelled as the fifth dimension. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you tonight. I just think that it's about... Don't forget, I've been in this field a long time. So I've always been able to operate out of this realm anyway. But I'm not like that all the time. I'll be days when I'm grounded and I'll just talk to the next door neighbour about the price of fish or whatever. And then the next day I could be travelling to Mars. Do you see what I mean? I've got that balance. And I put it down to the ladies at the Spiritualist Church when I was a young woman, showed me how to switch it on and off like a light switch. And I owe my life to them, really, because they showed me how to keep grounded. And Eileen, who ran the Spiritualist Church at the time, she says, Louise, you've got to keep grounded, and that means you can perform anything. And I trust Eileen more than somebody out there who's on YouTube who'll say that, you're going to, if you're not in the fifth dimension, you're going to be left behind. So I'm here. My responsibility is for my followers and for anybody new coming in, is that you're not going to be left behind. There's not going to be a situation where people are going to be sucked off Earth, all right, and you're going to be left behind and leave your animals behind. The people who have... and your family, the people who have emailed me saying, oh my God, when I'm in the fifth dimension, my family won't come with us if they're not awakened. And it's a load of bugger. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. It's because everybody's awakening is different. So you may love your granddad very much, but he's not going to know everything about all the intel, what's going on, because he's just in his own reality. That doesn't mean that you're not going to meet him in the afterlife or anything like that. Remember, everything is just all different sets of information, and you've got to take what resonates with you. But my understanding is that I can operate and I'm not saying this to sound big-headed or anything like that, okay? I've done videos on it, and I do stuff very much in private. I can remote view, I can astral travel, it will, because I'm a shaman. And if somebody said to me, right, go and look on Mars now, I could go and look on Mars now, go and look on the moon now, go and look on the moon, go and look at Mr., in such and such's house, right? So I can do that. Do you see what I mean? And I'm not somebody who can just be different. Like how can I put this? We are all different. We are all different. But I couldn't have done this without keeping grounded. I literally couldn't have. And I'm just going on my experience and how I can show you how to navigate through it. That's what I'm trying to say. So I get many clients who are asking us about things, and there's so many different spiritual people out there now. Like every one of you in the audience tonight, we all have the ability. I'm no different to you. I'm just ahead of the game because I've been born amongst a lineage of psychics and astrologers. So I've grown up amongst it, so I know what to do. Yeah, but somebody in this audience could do the same as me. What I'm saying to you is, it's about me telling you, not even teaching you, just sharing with you what I know, and that to know that you are all going to be okay. Okay, so some of you might be exploring the outer realms, and some of you aren't exploring the outer realms. But as we all spiritually ascend, it's about, we haven't got to get caught up in traps as we're spiritually ascending. So you get tricked all the time as we are coming through this ascension. So once you realise that you can access the outer realms, some people are out there and they're telling people about it, and that's great. But what you haven't got to be telling people about is that they're not going to be left behind if they don't do that, and that's not true. Or they're going to be left behind if they're not supporting one side of a political side, or if they're not awake and they're going to be left behind. It doesn't work like that, guys. It really, really doesn't work like that, because it's all exciting stuff. We want to know what's going on. We want to know the latest intel. We want to know what's happening within our governments and things like that. And, are they lying? Are they not lying? Who's telling the truth? Who's not telling the truth? But at the end of the day, we have to be careful of psyops, the psyops within psyops. It's all scare tactics, exactly. Oh, thank you, Jodie Lass. It's a dress. So there's different traps. And even within, when you're getting into the galactic stuff. Now, if anybody's been following us from the start, when I first came out onto YouTube, I wasn't doing world predictions. I was doing just galactic channeling. That's all I was doing. And I flung in the world predictions because I thought, well, not everyone's going to be into all of that, because I wanted to hit a broader audience to help everybody. And I've noticed within these communities, it's as if like there's certain people out there will say, how can I put it? This is a Pleiadian. This Pleiadian's got blonde hair, and that's them. But Pleiadians are blonde and underlined, and it's not the truth. It's not the truth. I've channeled many different Pleiadians, and they're not all blonde to the hair. Because what happens is that people are categorizing and labeling, and we do this as humans. We are a tribal race. Thank you, Blondie. We've got another new subscriber into Twitch. So it's about we're just a mirror effect of what's out there in the galaxy. We're just a mirror effect. So for example, say you've got a black guy what's been born in Sweden. He's Swedish, but his DNA might go all the way back to Africa, but he's Swedish. Okay, it's the same with the Pleiadians. They're no different, and we have to stop categorizing. We really, really do. And And also how they say within the galactic communities, they'll say, you know, if you, some of them say, not all of them, they'll say that, you know, if you don't support this and support that, and you're not ascended into the fifth dimension, you're going to be left behind, or you're going to leave, you're going to leave your family behind. That's awful. It's just putting fear mongering. So there's different psyopses come in. I just think that we just need to keep grounded. This is what we need to do, and use our heart. And the reason I'm saying this tonight is because things are starting to fall into place, what I've been saying with my world predictions for quite a long time now. And I've been saying this for quite a long time, that there's an old case. There's an old case which is coming back from the past, which they're going to reopen. And all I'm going to say to you is the Durham report. And that could be what I've been going on about. That's one of them. But there's more to come out. As you know, people who follow us, I don't support sides. I liked Trump policies, but that doesn't mean that, you know, I'm a UK lass. Do you know what I mean? And as you know, I predicted that he would win the election, and that didn't happen, and it all went tits up. Do you know what I mean? But that was my test at that point. That's why I had to stand on my own, because I had a responsibility at the time with 40,000 people at the time, that I didn't want to take them down, looping them. So I've had to try and keep you grounded, and that's how I ended up on Twitch, and it's morphed from there. Yeah, the Durham report, Amy. If you don't know what it is, you can Google it. But there's more to come out. There'll be more to come out. It's to do with the Steele dossier. There's more to come out with a lot of it. It's all going to fall into place. But at the end of the day, it's very divided in the US. So I decided when I got took down off YouTube for nearly a year, that I went onto Twitch and I thought, you know what it is? I'm going to form my own community of both sides. Because I fell into American politics with the prediction I had done. And from then on, I've just kept on my path, you know, and I was very much hated. I was very much hated for calling out the 17th letter of the alphabet, you know, lots of different things. I didn't want to mess with people's heads. I wanted the truth. I'm a digger. And I then came back out onto YouTube, and I feel I've got both sides following us. And because it's about healing, this is what the channel's about. It's about truth and healing. And I'm just here just to, as a people's pleaser, yes, but I'm also here to help you, to guide you, to heal you. But I just think very, very strongly that the reason why I'm saying about this tonight is about we're keeping grounded is, and I'm going to do an exercise for you tonight which will help you. It's going to help you if you are getting triggered to do with American politics, or basically just if you're living over there, or even if you're not and you're just getting triggered anyway in the UK, anywhere in the world, if you're just getting triggered about literally anything. So I'm going to give you an exercise to do, which you can do every day if you want, and it'll help you. It's very, very important that you try your grounding routines every day, and it roots you in. You'd be surprised how many people, when I'm doing shaman healing on them, that they're not properly in their body. When I first got shaman healing done, that's how I ended up becoming a shaman, because I ended up going to this Native American guy who was over here on a year gap, who did healing on us, and he goes, oh my goodness me, you're not even in your body. So every time I see him, you know, it's like, right, you need to put back in your body again, because we are naturally in our natural state when we're sleeping, and we're out of our body, we're flying around all over the astral, we're doing things. It's, even though it's been labelled a dream, it's not just a dream. So I just think that if I could line you all up tonight, I bet a lot of you are out of your bodies, you know, and you need to be put back in. So I'm going to give you this exercise to do to keep you rooted. And then you won't feel so dizzy and nauseous and more aligned. Okay? And it won't stop this. It will not. In fact, if anything, it makes it more powerful. Remember, we chose to come here to be human beings. So Maggie Smith in the audience on YouTube, I get triggered by my friends getting triggered. I do? That shows that you're very much an empath. Ascension symptoms are a lot for not staying grounded. Exactly, Valiant. So to stay grounded will help with your ascension. This is why I worry a lot about the younger generation, and they're so excited about it. You know, the Violet Indigo children who are all coming into the Galactic community now, and they're wanting to go off and smoke ayahuasca. It's the most dangerous thing you could ever do because it just chucks them out of their body. You've got to do it gradually. So let's start. Let's start with the world predictions. Getting a coffee. So yeah, we need to keep grounded because I think things are going to get pretty crazy over the next couple of months. They really, really are. Valiant Gordon, that's a good one. Take your shoes off and go and dig your feet into the dirt outside. Yeah, go and roll in the mud. Elephants have it right, and hippopotamuses. Okie dokie. Right, let's see what's going on. Now, I can't read the chat when I'm doing the scrying. I'm going to see what's ahead for the next week. Okay, and I'm going to go global. Not just the USA, all right, because there's other people in the audience as well. I'm going to go global. I'm going to see what I see. Okie dokie. Right. Yeah, you need to spend time in nature. It's really, really good. Right, let's see what I'm seeing here. I don't know what I'm going to look at here. You can't force something. Right, I'm going way, way on. This is exciting. God, goodness me. Right, the world is going to change a lot. Continents are going to change. What am I saying? I had this before to do with the Himalayas. There is a few fault lines around Earth, so we're going to get some crazy weather. Something to do with the big river, and it's going to be on news. I don't know if it's a dry up or some problems with the river. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing lots of migrants coming in, and it's something about near a waterline or something, or shoreline. It could be shoreline. It's shoreline. Lots of boats coming in. And it's not just to do with the USA, it's a global thing. And it's something what's about to happen. So I want to send healing and blessings out there. Yeah, there's going to be problems with borders. I know the recent thing, what Trump had done, that ran out, didn't it? And I did predict something like that would happen. So there could be problems with the borders over in Mexico as well. I'm seeing lots of farmers, and I see protests, and I see ranchers, cowboys protesting. Okay, protesting. There is a fault line, and it's coming from underneath the seabed. Okay, but it's not yet. It's not yet. And hopefully the timelines will change, because we are creating new Earth. So the more we focus on something, I do believe we can change timelines. Not everything, but some things. But I'm looking on. Let me see. I see lots of people standing outside the White House. That's really, really strange. And lots of protests. Well, that's not new, is it? So I don't know what's happening. Or it's gatherings, crowds. And this is really strange. It's like I'm seeing a man with a black hat on. It looks like a cowboy hat. And he's making an announcement. The River Jordan. I don't know why I'm getting the River Jordan. And I want to send healing and blessings out to that area. Where's the River Jordan, guys? Where's the River Jordan? Okay. I've seen this before. I'm jumping a bit tonight, guys. Wait a minute. Sometimes it flows. Sometimes I jump from one thing to another. I see like Arab men and they're running through the desert on camels. And I get that feeling. And it's like the film, The Three Kings with the gold. It's all about the gold. Saddam Hussein's gold. Is it Israel, River Jordan? Right. Well, something about they're running through something being hidden, and I'm getting Saudi Arabia. There's something about to happen to do with gold. It's coming out really, really strong. Because I feel a lot of this war is about gold. I really, really do. So the Jordan River runs through Egypt. I'm drawn to that area. I don't know if it's drying up or I see lots of women and children, and I see children crying. People, it's like a crisis I'm seeing. I hope this doesn't come off. Sometimes when I look on, I could be looking a couple of years down the line there. Bless them. You've got to understand, it's always the people what suffer, not these rich politicians. This is what we're going to be witnessing. But there's something about food in the meat industry and grain. Remember, the old system is falling, and it's going to take time to build the new system. Now I'm jumping into Africa, South Africa, and I see a man to rise within politics. And when I get a very Mandela energy with him. And there's going to be a lot of controversy with this guy. And then I'm hearing like a shooting or something like that. And it's around about that time there's going to be changes within the food industry. It could happen before then, but the massive change is happening when this event's taking place. So where I'm concerned about at the minute is not over the Russia area. I'll go to that in a minute. It's more to do with the Middle East area. Lots of refugees, lots of boats. Something's going off in the desert at the minute. And I'm very drawn, I'm getting a feeling to do with Iran, Afghanistan. There's something not quite right. Okay. I've just smelt like orange blossom there. In white jasmine. Is that where, does that grow in Israel? It's got like a... I know Turkey had a terrible time with all the earthquakes, but I feel there's more to come. There's more to come. There's more crazy weather to come. There's a lot of fault lines. A lot of fault lines. Where there's bigger news and announcements around the royal family to do with around William, there's also going to be around about that time announcements in Parliament and big news, huge news coming from the Vatican. Huge news coming from the Vatican. Jasmine flowers, South Africa. Yeah. So it could be a bit of that as well, couldn't it? Mandy, things are not looking for South Africa. We have energy crisis of note. Yeah. There's a lot of corruption there. I mean, I've heard that people only have their electric on so many hours a day. Is that right? Or they turn it off so many hours a day. So, you know, when you don't need to be psychic to know that there's something up and something's about to happen. Because I just feel when things are about to come out and they don't want it to come out, some event will take place for distraction. People have asked us about the 10 days of darkness. I'm going to actually pull some cards out on that, Valiant Gordon. Or was it 3 days of darkness or something? Oh my goodness me. I've seen, right, Trump at a golf course. Now, I don't know if I'm looking back to the past. Golf course, right? Or it's something to come out again. It's something to come out again. This is so crazy. Do you remember the TV show Hawaii 5-0? I've just heard that like do 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 do. I used to like watching that. Do 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 do. I was just a kid when that used to be on the telly. Hawaii. I feel like I need to send healing and blessings over that area. Could be problems with volcanoes. Let me pull some cards out. Oh, 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 look. Never mind the candle, it's meant for that. There's my cards. There's been a lot of sightings of strange stuff in the sky over Hawaii, hasn't there? Because I've got clients over there. I've always wanted to go there. What was I going to do? Was it 10 Days of Darkness I was going to do it with something else? Was it Hawaii? Hawaii. I keep getting Scotland will get their independence back. Eventually. Lots of UFO activity at the observatory in Hawaii. Gina Colvin covers that a lot. Let me have a look. This is a spread for Hawaii. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let me have a look. A lot of hidden things happening in Hawaii. A lot of things being pushed away. And there's definitely stuff going off in the air. Is there an underground base there, guys? Is there something going on underneath one of the mountains or something? Or a volcano what's gone dormant? There's something going on underground. Pull some more cards out. as above and below. There is a lot of activity going on in Hawaii and around all them islands. There's definitely some big military. You know, I've said this to you before. Remember when I did the remote viewing and I went into, where did I go remote viewing? And then I seen, this is before Trump left office. And then he was shaking hands with this high up sort of military guy. And then he went, and then I seen these super soldiers come in. And I was remote viewing. Can you remember when I told you this? And there was like this high-tech sort of UFOs were coming in and out. And they were training them to go somewhere into tunnels. And they had like an alien DNA about them, these super soldiers. I'm getting that feeling what's happening underneath Hawaii. I'm getting there's something going on there. I'm getting a very similar feeling. I feel around the world, I feel that there's different underground military bases. It's all very sort of James Bond, you know what I mean? It's all going on. It's all very high advanced now. And there's the main bit, I believe, is at the South Pole, Antarctica. I believe that's the main sort of where they go off to other places underground. That's the main hub. That's why they don't want we're there. That's why they don't like we're going there. So, as above and below, just like the world card. So what we see, we're being, can you say that? It's like we're being very blinded. She's blindfolded. But this thing's going on underground and this thing's going on above. That's like an angel sitting above her. Aliens, angels, they're all the same thing. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening in Hawaii. Definitely so. And I believe that is more sightings. But the government, the US government, knows about this. So there's secret military also going on. And I've said this before. A lot of these UFOs that you see flying around, you know, could be flown by man. Or robots. Okay. So there's a lot happening, and it's secret military is coming out very, very strong tonight. Secret military. But I mean, if I was living in Hawaii, I would definitely be going out with my camera late at night, and I think you're going to get some good footage this summer. Definitely so. That's Obama. And I mean, he's not in office, but I get the feeling that he's got his fingers into stuff, or there's something going on behind the scenes as well. That's interesting. Or maybe there's some news coming out with him to do with the situation from the past, or it's going to be discussed or talked about. So watch for that. So I feel where Gina Colvin Hill's seeing all this stuff on a telescope, I believe it's true stuff that she's seeing. I like Gina. So I believe it's interesting. You should check her out, guys. So when the temptation card comes out, it normally means that I would say that there's stuff to come out. It's stuff what's been restricted from it and stuff to come out. Okay? I don't mean that we're going to get alien disclosure or anything like that. But I believe that there is information to come out. Has it not just been something recently leaked from NASA? Somebody sent me something. Dorset, yeah, I could imagine, Marion, that you would get in the UK, Dorset, there's been sightings as well. But I mean, Rendlesham Forest, I never know how to say that. Rendlesham Forest is a place I want to go live with a crew down to. It's an old US base. and there was guys in the 60s which disappeared and then turned up. Rendlesham Forest. People who go into the forest apparently disappear. And there's been a lot of UFO and alien sightings there. So it's a place I want to go because I'm a bit of a adrenaline junkie, so I fancy going there. You'll have to comment on the link below if you want us to do that. But the first thing will be Bowlam Lakes is going to be the first thing. We're going to go do some Yeti hunting soon. So yeah, it's going to be quite an interesting summer. But what I'm feeling is that there's going to be an eruption. I know that's the tower card, but I was pulling these cards out for Hawaii. So there's another smoke coming from a mountain. I would say there's another volcano. So I want to send healing and blessings out there. I don't know how many islands are over there. But there could be problems there. I'm also feeling it's as if that I want to send healing and blessings out around the California area for a lot of shudders and earthquakes this year as well. But the problem I feel, what could cause real problems, there's a big one to come in the US, I do feel that. But even though I'm seeing that, it's as if it's dormant at the minute. It's rumbling, but it's dormant. It's been there for a long time. I don't know if the fault line goes all the way under LA, through Louisiana even, right across. I'm getting the East Coast as well. But I feel it's as if, where I'm feeling, I'm very drawn to the Bermuda area. I'm very, very drawn to the Bermuda Triangle tonight. That's a fascinating place. I might try and remote view that tonight, guys, if you want. I've actually flown, well, not over it, but next to it when I went to Barbados. And I was really quite worried because it was not long after 9/11, and obviously I was a bit scared to get on the plane. But anyway, it was okay. And when the pilot says, right, we're going to fly next to the Bermuda Triangle, I was like, shit me pants, do you know what I mean? Knocking back the drinks. I was glad to get my feet onto Barbados soil, put it that way. Definitely recommend it's a place to go. It's expensive if you live far away from the place. But once you're there, it's cheap as chips. The food is amazing. You can drink the water straight from the mountains. It's not like Jamaica. It's not very full of crime. They don't tolerate crime on the island of Barbados. There's villains what live there, but they basically just don't tolerate them. I mean, there's no pedophiles or anything. They just shoot them. Do you know what I mean? The whole island, the nearly all high is kites. You know what I mean? And it's a very windy island. As soon as you get off the plane, like the palm trees are going like that. You know, they have hurricane shelters and that. But the whole island's run by either voodoo or Christianity. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. It was like going back in time. It was the most mystical place. I've talked about this before, where I went through a cave, and as we went through this amethyst cave, we went on a boat. All these white butterflies come flying out. It was so mystical. And then, of course, I had this strange encounter with the little Rasta man on the beach, and he was going on about the great spiritual awakening and pointing to the sky. And I thought he was just on something. I thought he smoked too much happy backy. Do you know what I mean? And he gave us this very unusual cross. Yeah. I would recommend going there if you can, but you can basically walk out of anywhere 2-3 o'clock in the morning with your kids in tow, and it's so safe. It's very family orientated, because they're all very spiritual on the island, you know, and their kids are huge. They're huge. I believe a lot of the basketball players come from that area. Like, the kids are like giants. So I don't know what they're feeding their kids, but it's a lovely, lovely, lovely place. Have you been to Barbados, Lance? I liked Bridgetown. Did you go to Bridgetown in the fish market? Okay. Let me have a look. My hair was really long when I went there, you know. It was right down my back. And you're going to laugh. Remember that scene in Friends when Monica got the beads in her hair? I got them put in over there. And you don't remember when she got them, she got them stuck on the curtain reel. I was like flicking them about. I had the beads in my hair. Okay. I'm getting the word stalemate with what's happening in Russia at the minute. Stalemate. It's coming through really, really strong. And I seen this a little while ago where I seen Putin, and Zelensky, and they were shaking hands. He's gone too quiet, hasn't he? But I think he's up to something. I want to say within the 6. Now, I don't know if that's the 6th of a month or 6 days from now. There's something news to come out about him. I think he's going to try and invade somewhere else or do something. But remember, everything's just like a movie and a show to what's really going on behind the scenes. The arrow is saying he's going south. No, north. Yeah, I'm terrible, mate. Is it north? Right, the arrow is saying he's going northwest. Invasion. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But I've said this before where he's got like a piece of paper in his hand or an old document. Said he's adamant he's taking back part of the land. I'm also getting big news to do with Kim Jong-un. Watch, this is random what's come in here. Watch for huge news coming out to do with a woman celebrity in the US. Like shocking news there. I can't leave America, but I go in astral travel. Why can't you leave America? Bless you. I'll look into the Canada for you in a minute, Queen Wanda. I'm just doing this first. I'm getting this song Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. So there's going to be some big news coming in around that area. And I'm seeing Germany again. So there's something ready to erupt, and it's involving Europe, parts of Europe. Like I said, when it all kicks off to do with the round over the Middle East side, smoke and lots of people running. And problems with water. It's coming out here really strong. At the same time, there's problems over the other end of the world. But the heart of it's going to be Europe. But they're blaming Putin, but it's a lot to do with Europe as well. The letter A. Getting that really strong. And big news coming in around Zelensky. Shocking news. Invasion problems. Black Sea. NOM. Is it Maripol or something? Somewhere over that way, or beginning with an M? Actually, Lance, I've got something you would like. There's a lad, a UK lad, and he's called Grizzly Gaz. He's a YouTuber. Check him out, right? And he goes rough camping in the woods with his dog. She's so cute. But he goes around all the area where I live in the UK, the north of the UK, and he goes camping in the woods and that. And it's really interesting. He was up the Pennines the other day. And you'll enjoy it. It's quite common to watch. He's really funny. Okay. Problems with water we're going to have this year. Lots of NYPD making announcements. I don't know if that's to do with this strike. And also police in the UK as well. Could be strikes, raining, marching, protests. And as you know, let's pull some cards out on France, because it's really kicking off over there. And of course the news don't talk about it. You know, they do, but they don't go on, they don't admit how bad it is. You're not just talking thousands, you know, you're talking millions of people protesting in the street, storming into buildings and that. Let's see what's happening. Let's pull some cards out on France. Now listen very carefully. I will say this only once. This is Louisa from the Resistance. Let's see what's going on with France. I like watching the History Channel, Mary. France. 7 cards on France. Okay. I'm going to get a cream soda. I'm going to be naughty. Give us 2 minutes. Cheers. American cream soda. I used to drink this as a kid and I used to put ice cream on the top. Oh, that reminds us of being a kid. Oh, that's lovely. Right. 10 of Swords. We've got the sun for France. They've really got problems. I think Macron's shitting his panties. I really do. Let's have a look. Oh, dearie me. Right, okay. You know, the French, you know, they're funny. You know, once they lose it, they lose it. You don't mess with a Frenchman. You know what I mean? This is what's going on in France at the minute with all the protests. People are fed up. People are really, really fed up. So going on the timing of this, this could go on for another couple of months, this, you know what I mean? That's Macron. There's going to be more protests and there's going to be other announcements. That's him making an announcement. But in a way, it's like he's trying to reach out to the people, or he's trying to... How can I put it? He's... There's going to be some controversy on some announcement that he makes. And I don't know if it's like he's giving in, or he's laying the law down, saying that this will happen if you do this or whatever. But... I get the feeling he's very compromised. I feel that people are... I mean, this is all just a show, you know. There's people above him pulling strings, you know what I mean? There's big news coming in by the summer. And for the French people, there will be peace. Okay? But there's been a lot of corruption, what's been hidden. There's the upside down moon. So Macron's been very sort of compromised. He's been very compromised. And he's another one what plays between the horse and the hounds. You see, all of these ones, right, they all know what's going on. They're just like the face, the front, but there's more stuff going on above that. Why was Musk going to see him? Musk is playing a part for the new technology coming in and for this new bridge. And Europe's going to be the centre of it, actually. Like a new trading bridge. A new technology. Because something's going on, and I don't know if it's going to be kicked off from Russia or another part of the world. But the plan is that they're going to manoeuvre in this technology, and Musk was going to talk to him about that in case we did have blackouts or internet would go down. Musk was going to see him about Starlink or something like that. So, but I also feel that I would say with France, there's not much money in the pot. It's all been going elsewhere, a bit like the UK. And they're being very compromised. Well, Macron's been very compromised. I see he's going to leave, or there's going to be a stepping down. It could be around Christmas, just before Christmas, or into the colder months. So watch for that. Let's pull some more cards out. It's really quite refreshing, that, you know. Yeah, he's restricted, and just like Trudeau, he's another one. It's like they're told what to say. So it's like they're being controlled by somebody above them. So that's Macron at the minute, and he's got his bit of his knickers in a twist. He doesn't know what he's doing. But what's happening in France is, like I say, we are spirit beings and we've come back. It's a human collective. We've come back to sort karma out. In France, there's a lot of unrested souls because we are not just healing us once we start to ascend. We're healing our ancestors. And look back to the French Revolution and everything. Look back to everything what happened in France. And I believe that the heart of Mary Magdalene, you know, the secret churches and that's all over there as well. There's a lot of secrets in France. Just like Scotland. But then if you go back to Guy Fawkes, right? Now, Guy Fawkes was a Frenchman. And he lived in London. Okay? And look what Guy Fawkes did to Parliament. You don't, like I say, you don't mess with a Frenchman. Do you know what I mean? So everyone's like getting angry and upset. They're very passionate, the French people, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of unrest. So this is what's happening in France at the minute. And the people are on an uprise. So I expect it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's like they've lost control and the people are turning on the governments. That's what's happening. Okay, but I just think it's just French knights I'm getting. French knights. Jacques de Molay. Knights Templars. There's a reason I've had to put this on tonight. The Knights Templars, the Templar cross. There it is. Can you see it? There's a reason I've had to put that on. Jacques de Molay, the Templars. a lot of them came from that area. And as you know, the talk is that they brought the bones of Christ over into the UK, then up to Scotland. This is part of Gaia ascending. But I don't feel Macron, I think he's playing his part. And I think he will make announcements that will be across world screen. He's not leaving yet, but he's not in for long. That's what I want to say. Exactly. So Guy Fawkes attempted to blow up Parliament, James, yeah, but he was found out and burnt on the stake, hence Bonfire Night. But nobody really knows that if the British people celebrated his assassination, or the British people celebrated he was the hero who tried to take the government down. Like I said, there's been a lot of things twisted with the British English history as well. Mary, my grandfather's family from Ireland was part of the Knights Templar. So they migrated off, didn't they? And if you actually go up to Templetown in Scotland, which is past Edinburgh, you go into the woods, there's graves in this mystical woodland with the Templars graves in there. So is it a Knights Templar Christ energy what's rising in France? Let me have a look. Let's just jump there. Yes. The ancestors of the Templars in what's running through the veins of the French people. And I think they know that they'll have the same thing with the British people as well. People have said, the British people aren't going to kick off, but they will. If we're forced into another lockdown, we will, because we wouldn't be able to survive it. Do you know what I mean? Especially after them lot getting caught with their pants down with their party gate. Do you know what I mean? So the Knight of Rods is that it's the aftermath of everything. It's the aftermath. It's the French getting angry. Closing buildings and schools down. And more protests to come. Big white flags with like a symbol on. What's the symbol? What's the symbol? It's the Red Cross. It's the Templars cross. Louise, many of us from here have I seen this is Louisa from the Resistance. Any idea? Yeah, I was making a joke. So you need to watch a Low. If you don't know what I'm going on about, it's a British comedy with Rennie from the cafe, and it's really funny. And it's based from World War II. How the French, hid people from the Germans and all of that. Let's see. I tell you who else I'm getting as well. I'm getting Nina Ricci in Coco Chanel. This is so strange. And of course, they played a part of the resistance in the Second World War from hiding the... was it the Second World War? I believe so. Or was it the First World War? You'll have to comment on the link below. Anyway, they hid people and they played, they were like spies. In Coco Chanel's mansion lies empty in Scotland, and apparently you can go and visit it. It's actually on YouTube, and the secret sort of corridors underneath and that where she hid people and stuff like that, and she was part of the resistance, her and Nina Ricci. the designer, the perfume woman. So Nina Ricci, I'm sure she would have been French as well, and Coco Chanel was. Cold weather is going to be the worst, and I just think it's got something to do with food, and I don't know why I'm getting food tickets. People just queuing up and getting upset and arguing. So we're going through a switchover. They want it as smooth as possible, so there's not much arguments and fighting, but there's a new system being built here. A new system what's being built. And it's inevitable it's coming in. Definitely. One more card for France. There's a woman to rise in France. And a man with quite grey short hair. I think this hoo-ha with France is going to go on for quite a while. I think it's the uprising of French people, definitely. Could even be to a state of emergency, and I don't know if it actually is now, or it's going to calm down and then come on again. But France will be all right. She is protected. I just think everyone's ascending, everyone's getting upset. Nobody wants to be restricted by the horrible government rules and that. Watch for big news coming in from that area. And I get a strange feeling with Macron, and I can't put my finger on it. But there'll be more protests. There'll definitely be more protests. It's not just to do with what they've been protesting recently about what they've recently been protesting about. There's more to come. But new beginnings is going to come in. Definitely. But it has got a Knights Templar energy, what's happening at the minute. So I'm going to look into Canada. But I'm going to leave that one there for France. I love that one. New beginnings. I mean, I know it sounds a bit crazy, but this hoo-ha could go on till next spring. It could go on till next spring. But where I'm saying there's going to be a food crisis, it's not just France, it's UK, it's everywhere. It's food shortage and something to do with water. So I'm going to look into Canada now. Now, you would have laughed if I'd put that in a tall glass and I'd put some ice cream over the top. You would think, God, what's she doing? It's as if they want what on my knees, but they're losing it. They are losing it, Johnny. You know, these globalists, because they know we're a force to be reckoned with. You know, we stand as sovereign beings, and once you spiritually evolve, there's no stopping somebody. You know what I mean? You can't take away the spirit. Canada. I've always felt the flag's going to change there. I mean, they'll still have that, is it the maple thing on it? Dearie me. Right. Well, what's going on with Trudeau is it's very steeped, you know, and he's very, very compromised there. We've got like the star, we've got the witch's star, we've got the, you know, Alice in Wonderland bunny rabbit, you've got the four heads of the beast. Okay. It's very Masonic, it's very steeped. And there's an elite edge with him. And there's definitely a compromise. There's a woman to rise. There is going to be protests to come, more protests. But it could be by the end of the year. It's to do with a global event, and everyone's having problems. Everyone's trying to, I don't know if there's a shortage of food or something like that. But there's a woman to rise within Canada. But whatever takes place in Canada is a knock-on effect what takes place from Europe. It's all to do with food or trade. And it could be into the future. Not yet. It's not a definite timeline. Remember, there's different timelines, but Canada could join with the USA, but still stay independent. Is Canada out of the Commonwealth now or still in the Commonwealth? But there is an intervention to come, and angels are working on it for Canada. Still in the Commonwealth, okay. But I just get a really weird feeling. Every time I try to tune in on Trudeau, I get a very robotic energy coming off him. Like, very compromised, very controlled. The Tower card there is coming out, and I think there's a lot of scandals to come out around Trudeau, so watch for that. Is he real? Let's say he's real. Canada is a really beautiful country. I've actually got a lot of clients from that area. Again, I'm seeing that military underground steeped with military base. Then there was that guy what went missing, wasn't it? There was that YouTuber what went missing. Was it a TikToker? And he was driving along the road, and he had seen on top of a mountain there was a giant. So he went back to film, and he was going on. And then he on about it, and then all of a sudden he said that he was getting a bit skitsy online, and he's just disappeared. Did anybody remember seeing that footage where he disappeared? When the lovers cards come out, and temptation, there is something massive to come out around Trudeau in Canada. He's definitely been up to something. The temptation is like an affair card. I'm not saying he's had an affair, I don't mean that, but I mean, it's got nothing to do with us, what he's up to with his love life, do you know what I mean? But there's something else going on. There's like a sneaky fox there. He's not who you think he is, put it that way. Yeah, I can't think of the guy's name who went missing. Yeah, I saw that video. He had head warnings from the police department to leave that area, and then he came up missing. And apparently there's been two people it's happened to around that area. But I get the same feeling, like a very sort of Area 51 feeling. The Magician card has just bounced out. So there's something really off with Mr. T, should I say, in Canada. Let's see if he is one of them. I mean, they have doubles, don't they? Let's see if he's a clone. You want to know? I call them like synths. I think there is body doubles. I think he is the real person because that's the safe home protection, so that it's like the house is the home. It's like the body. Do you know what I mean? But if you notice there's no smoke without fire. So maybe there is a few of them. There is some synths. It's not that I'm picking up. I'm just getting it's not who you think he is. Got a very feminine energy with him. It's really strange. Odd is the word. I just can't seem to. It's like an odd energy I'm getting. Very odd. Let's see if he's going to be in for long. When's the next election in Canada? The double had his brows fall off. Is the doubles? Yes, there's 3 of them. There's 3 of them. And it's not always the real one. But there is a real one. Compromised. And I get a very AI energy. Like he's got something in him. Or controlled. But it could be to do with his upbringing. He's a drama teacher, is he? Oh, well. Yeah, it's more his upbringing. It's got a weird energy from him. Really weird. So it's October 2025. Well, I did say the last election that he'd get in again, and I was right there, but I'm not so sure this time. I think there's going to be that much information what's going to come out, and I don't think it's going to help him. Watch for huge news coming out with him. I believe there'll be somebody else who will step in. That's quite a feminine energy what's due to come in around Canada. He was chosen. He was selected, is the word. Selected. Okay. Right, somebody wanted us to look into Ireland. Let's get that song. What's that song again? All the bad stuff what's happened in Northern Ireland and that. Ireland is very, very protected. Now, the Irish people are very, very mystical, and they're coming into their own power as well. Don't forget what their ancestors went through with the potato famine and everything else what happened. And believe it, don't quote us, but I believe when the Titanic left, I believe there was a lot of Irish people on the Titanic. That's another video I'm going to look into as well. There's something going on to do with corruption with banks over there. And it's to do, I'm not sure if it's Southern Ireland or Northern Ireland, because it's in 2 halves, isn't it? But where in the past we had the potato famine and Ireland got hit hard with it, this time Ireland's going to help. There's a lot of dairy farmers over in Ireland, you know what I mean? And This time, Ireland's going to rise. But there is corruption going on within the banking systems over there. And it's something to come out, which is linked with Parliament. The study card there is saying that the Irish are strong and they're going to be fine. But where there'll be marches in the UK, there'll also be marches in Ireland as well. See, Ireland is so different. You've got Northern Ireland, which is just over the water, and Southern Ireland's just, that's like Father Ted land. That's where all the priests are. You've got like the Catholics and the Protestants. You know what I mean? And my grandmother's lineage came from the Southern Ireland, the Catholic end. But Northern Ireland, it's the people are like the Northerners over here, you know, like hard-working people. But their ancestors went through a lot. But for some unknown reason, because there's some protected magical energy I'm getting around Ireland, it's going to be the heart of helping the UK or other people, other countries. It's got something to do with dairy farms and stuff like that. Like I've always said, I don't believe all the banks are going to go down, but I think there's going to be problems with certain banks. But this is not that I'm getting. This is more like a scandal to come out. You've got Sinn Féin over there, haven't you? The Cranberries sung the song, talking about all the death and that what happened. So I believe Ireland will rise. She's very protective. She's on a ley line of protection. So I hope that helps there. It's a magical land. Leprechaun land. Leprechaun land. Teddy said Meghan Markle wants to run for president. Let's pull some cards out on Meghan. The song is Zombie. I love that song. Meghan. I'm not sure about Elon running for president. He's got a stutter, like, hasn't he? Bit of a stutter. Because I thought he was South African born, but then somebody said that even if he's got one of his parents is from America, that could be the case. Because he's an American citizen. It's possible. Who's that one jumped out there? Definitely problems going on with her and Harry to come out. That came out upside down. A lot of regrets there. Supporters must be born in US, not just a citizen. All right. Let's see with Meghan. Oh, hey, you're not going to like these ones, guys. All right, okay. Well, we've got the Isis inspiration. So that's a force to be reckoned with. So she's got something running through her, a DNA or in a soul contract from a past where she could, I'm sure I said before, she was going to try to get into politics. It's very powerful. And I've also got success with her as well. And then I've got the Hanged Man. I believe she just said this, but she's not sure. But I think once you get something into her head, I think you're going to know more by July and September. You'll know more. No later than October onwards. Before October, should I say. That's not going to stop her, but is it, Johnny? It's what Johnny says. I don't think anyone here in America likes her. Like I said, not elected, selected. Let's have a look. Well, she's coming out as very powerful, that she will definitely get into politics, yes. There she is, the Queen of Swords. We'll definitely know by the fall. Okay? We'll definitely know by the fall. I'm getting that really strong. But the mastery cards come out. Depending on which way she goes, it could change a fate for her and Harry as well. Can you look into the debt ceiling deadline in the debt ceiling deadline? What's that, Desiree? In the US. It's the veil's thin, and I think everyone's been exposed for who they are. But like I say, it's a free will world, so everyone's allowed to do what they want to do. She's going to get into politics, but I don't know if she'll go the full way into the president. You know what I mean? She's got a long way to go before she can get into that. She couldn't win running for a dog catcher. And as you know, if she did run, it would be Democrat. You do know that, don't you? She'd run on the Democrat side. Harry doesn't want her to go into politics. She's hungry for something. She's definitely hungry for something. Yacht girl, stooge. She would be backed. She would be backed by big players if she did do that. You do realise that, don't you? It's the harvest, so I would say the autumn, the fall, the autumn, you'll know by then. But there she is there, and she's backed by big players, big wigs, if she was going to do it. And then we've got the harvest there. But it's not a definite. But the veil is thin at the minute, so people are just seeing people for like what they really are now, aren't they? Okay. Let's just refresh my chat because it looks like I've lost part of YouTube. I don't know what's happened to me chat there. He is there, guys. I came over here. I can't see anybody on the chat. I think the internet's going a bit strange at the minute, guys. You there? Yeah, I wonder what's happened to YouTube. Can anybody check to see if I'm still up on YouTube? Because I can't see anybody chatting. So we've got the victory card. Yeah, there's different timelines, and I think timelines could change. It's got something to do with her and Harry and where they're going to go and what they're going to do. Do you know what I mean? But it's not really important, do you know, to what else is going to be there. So I'm going to put these cards away and I'm going to do some more scrying of world predictions and what I can see. And then we're going to have a few minute break, and then I'm going to do something a bit interesting after the break. I should pull some cards out on Musk, shouldn't I? They are there, 541 people. Well, take note of that, Debbie, because by the end of the stream, YouTube will say there's just been 20. It's robots, apparently, guys, on YouTube that's following us. It's robot. Do you know that? Okay. It's slowing down. Oh, thank you. I know I do like the colour red. I don't know what I'm doing about pets, guys. I don't know if I was going to get a little dog or a little cat or 2 little cats. I really don't know. I mean, I am a doggy person, but I think I'll do like cats. I grew up with a cat. So if I get a cat, I might get a puppy and a cat. And what I'm going to do is, you're going to laugh your head off, no matter what happens in the US election. I'm going to have my kitty sitting here on the cushion. And I'm going to have my boy dog and my girl cat. And I think my girl cat will probably have a little blue rosette on. And I think my little dog, he's going to have his little MAGA hat on or whatever, or his little MAGA t-shirt. Just to wind everybody up, I'm going to have my 2 pets on either side. I think I'm going to do something like that. Right. Yeah, I really need a little fur baby. Okay. Let's see what I can see. Yeah, I'm very drawn to Africa tonight in this crystal ball. I've seen all the animals running again. I think we're going to have some crazy heat waves this summer. Crazy heat waves. I'm seeing like the giraffes and everything and the lions all running. I feel like I need to do a rain dance. I feel like I need to do a rain dance around the world, the globe, because we're going to get a heat wave. It's going to be a scorcher of a heat wave, and this is global, guys. So we also need to protect the animals and the old people and the children, and we worry about if the grid went down, but in the cold weather. But if the grid went down in the hot weather, it could still be a problem because of aircon and stuff like that, and not being able to plug our fans in or whatever. I'm seeing a hot glaze, like a glow. And I want to say this summer months is going to bring huge news with Putin. That's coming through really strong as a prophecy there. Yeah, it might be easier for us to have a cat, do you know what I mean, with us being a YouTuber and that. Because with a dog, you've got to take them for walks and that. There's quite a lot of YouTubers have cats. Okay. I'm trying to get the right timeline because there's a manipulation, guys, going on with timelines at the minute. The minute there's two timelines. What is going on in politics in the USA? Is anything going to come from this Durham report? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Mamma mia. Something's definitely going to come out about that. I want to say that there's something to do with more train derailments as well. But that could be because the poorness of the train tracks. I know there's a lot of new super duper sort of fast trains coming in. I've talked about this on one of my last world predictions, and they were going to come in Japan, that they're already there, like the fast ones. And that's part of their plan for this new Earth. They're going to, like a new train track travel, and it's like half the time. So people are going to be using less planes, and they're going to be one's going to be traveling by super train. Okay? So you could get to the United States within 2 or 3 hours. Seriously, right? So there could be more train derailments. And a lot of these booms which are going off, you know, is because they're building tunnels. What is that? Sorry, wait a minute. It looks like a great big whale stuck in the sea. What is it? No, it's not. It's not. Or it could be something to do with a whale. No, what it is, a problem with a massive liner or a boat falling. I've been getting Titanic before, wasn't I? Like, problem with a boat. I'm very drawn to China Sea, and I'm also drawn to Europe. And I see lots of planes and they can't take off. It's something to do with a cyber attack or something. We need to prep, guys. We definitely, and I don't mean this to fearmonger. I do not mean that at all. I just think that it's always handy to try and prep if you can. You know what I mean? It looks like it's not a cruise, well, it could be, but it looks more like a naval or a military ship. Okay? And I've said this before, I see smoke in fire and sea. Actually, I'm also getting around the Egypt area. In Iran, I'm going back to Iran again. It's as if there's two different things going off at the same time. There's something going off over, it's east versus east, not west versus east. It's east versus east. So it's the east, like Russia, and then you've got like over the other way, the Middle East. Lots of boats in the sea. Oh, I'm seeing, you know, like the birds, and they're rescuing them, and the whales, and it's something to do with oil spillage, guys. Like something in the sea with oil spillage, I'm seeing that. That could be by the summer. I don't know if it's to do with an oil rig or something. Rescue operations. Oil. I feel like I want to put healing protection out around an oil rig. We're going to do a prayer tonight for protection for everybody, okay? So I'm saying the veil is so thin at the minute. something about oil and sea. I want you to remember that. Or smoke and sea. Right, it's phasing out now. Do you just want the lottery numbers before we have a break? Right, now, is it 6 numbers for the UK? You'll have to tell us, or 7 numbers for the UK? You've got to be in it to win it, haven't you? Right, because I do the Euro, don't I? And I do the American and I do the UK. 6 for the USA. Let's start with the USA. Does it go up to 50 or is it 60? Right, I'm getting 52. I just was wondering. 52, 49, 48, 16, 10 and 11. Okay, that's the USA. What's the UK? Does anybody know? I can't seem to see anything what's coming through from YouTube. I've lost the chat again, guys. This is crazy. Right. How many numbers for the UK? I can't see anybody on this chat. So I've done the USA. And I've got no multi-stream. I can't see anybody's chat. Ridiculous. There's something going on with the internet tonight. Absolutely ridiculous. There's like time glitches. Is anybody experiencing that? Strange. Well, if you haven't, you'll be able to watch it afterwards, because I can't remember it. You have to replay it afterwards. Okay. It's like we're 2 hours in. Right. 7 for the UK. 15, 21, 29, 33, 28. Is that 5? 24. And 29. Don't know if I've given an extra one there. Euro. Does anybody want a Euro one? Is it 7 for Euro as well? Yeah? 43, 49, number 1, number 7, 17, 21 and 26. See how that goes. You have 542 on YouTube. All right, so that's good. Well, I can't see them. I've got a multi-stream. It's strange. There's a few coming in now. How many for the Powerball? I don't know. What's the Powerball? 16. And that's for everybody. 16. But I want to see if yes, 16 Powerball for UK Euro, but I want to say 17 is for America. Okay, so give us 3 minutes. I'm going to go make a cup of coffee. Okay, go and make your cuppas or whatever you have to do. Cup of tea or coffee or whatever you are doing. Let's have a popcorn break. And then afterwards, well, let's do something a little bit woo-woo. Okay? And yeah, I'll be back on. I'm going to have a quick ciggy in the garden. I'll see you soon, okay? 155 if you can hear us. Are yous there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Yeah? Okay, so what we're going to do, I think I'm going to do some remote viewing. We're going to do some raw remote viewing, and we're going to see what the spirit world can show us. Do you think that was quick? Oh, there's no flies on me. Aye, Rosebud, I think the Harry and Meghan's very Marmite, isn't it? It's very Marmite. Bit like Trump. That's very Marmite as well. Right, I lost my glasses. I went to the hairdressers and the hairdressers didn't have my glasses, and my sleep mask doesn't work. It's too light. So I'm going to dim the lights more than what I've got dimmed. I'm going to use this black hairband. I'm just going to put it around my eyes like that. And we are going to see what's happening. Just going to go with it. Oh, I can see us now. The chat froze before, guys. Very strange. Anyway. I'll tell you what I want to do before I start this, which is important. It's very important for all of you, okay? Because I might get too tired after I've done this. I want you to try and do this every day, okay? If things get too much, where you're getting triggered off anybody or you don't feel well, okay? I just want you to sit quietly, sit with your feet firmly on the ground, or you can stand in your garden, right? Just with your feet firmly on the ground. It's even better if you're bare feet. Put your hands like that. And you say, please, angels, if these are not my energies, lift them off me. And then what I want you to do is, I want you to imagine, as you shut your eyes, imagine you can see a beautiful purple light, okay? And I want you to concentrate, just breathing. Should take about 5 minutes to do. And just breathe in and out, nice and slowly, okay? And then imagine the purple light is just flowing, like morphing in your head. And then you go down and you can see the blue going in here into your throat chakra, like a lovely turquoise or a pale blue. Like I've said before with the colour breathing, which I did on Sunday, which is going to go out on YouTube tomorrow night. So watch for that coming. Breathe in your colours with your hands like that. And then out. When you're breathing in, breathing through your nose and suck your tummy in, your chest out. And when you breathe out, shoulders down and tummy out, okay? And chest in again. And then imagine the purple's there, the blue's there, and it's circulating around. And then go to the green, like you're breathing in the green. And then I want you to go to your orange in your solar plexus. And then you go down into the red, into your base chakra. And then just keep breathing in and seeing all the colours as it's going down the line of your spine. Okay, and keep doing that. You could do it to music if you wanted to, or just sit quietly, or sound therapy. And then I want you to imagine that there's a beautiful white light coming through from the top of your head, like a beam, okay? And it's shooting down, it's setting all the colours, it's freezing them all into place. And it's going all the way down your legs as you keep breathing. Nice and relaxed, keep breathing in and out, okay? And then imagine the white light is flushing through the bottoms of your feet. And as it flushes through your bottoms of your feet, imagine you've got branches, little branches crickling through your soles of your feet. Okay? Imagine it. So So you're breathing in and the white light's coming through. And then imagine the roots of the branches are going down through the ground. And then bless the earth. Thank the earth, Mother Gaia, for grounding you. Always say that. And then you can just go about your day. Okay, take about 5 minutes to do. Keep trying that. Am I frozen? Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. So you want to imagine all your colours. You've got your purple, your blue, your green. Go into your orange, your solar plexus. Okay, you could even add another colour in there, yellow if you wanted to. And then down into the red, into your base chakra. And then when you've got all your colours set into place, you imagine the white lights flushing all the way through, setting all your colours into place so they're lined. Right, if you don't know what I'm going on about, I'm going to put a video out which I've clipped from Sunday night. It's about colour breathing. And that's going out tomorrow night, I believe. Okay, so you watch for that. And if it's not the one that goes out tomorrow night, it'll be going out on Friday, because I've got 2 little clips to go out for you. And then imagine as the white light's going through the bottom of your feet, it's pushing all these little branches through from your sole of your feet, and it's rooting right down into the ground. You can actually also listen to different chakra tones for rooting you, and it would be a base chakra that you would need to listen to, and it does work. And it actually makes you feel really strong the next day. So try that out. Okay, and another tip I can give you is that you can also visualize putting yourself into like a Harry Potter sort of invisible, like the invisible cape. Or you could put mirrors on the outside or your own symbols. So it just means that before you go out the doors in the morning, it just means that it's protecting your auras. Remember, you've got 3 auras. You've got your physical, you've got your rainbow, and you've got your outer aura. And your aura, guys, can go right out until the end of the street. Right? So, our auras are taking a battering every day. All right? So it's our energy field, and it's intermingling with other people's auras. So we have to learn how to flush that. Okay? So you imagine that you're putting your cape around you and you're just reflecting out. I'll tell you, I can give you a really good tip. Is I don't know if you know it in the States, it's called the Teletubbies. It used to be a kids program that was over here in the UK in the 90s. My Adam was massively into it. The Teletubbies, if you don't know what I'm going on about, you can just Google it. Okay, and the Teletubbies are like little beings, and they've got like a television screen thing on their stomach, like a reflection thing. You need to put your Teletubby tummies on when you're going out, and imagine it's like a mirror, so you're just mirroring people. And if it works, if you feel like you're in company with somebody and they're not very nice, you just flash your Teletubby tummy, and you'll find if they're coming in too much to your aura, they'll actually step back. They'll not want to be, because it means that you're saying, like, get away from me, don't come too near my aura. It does work. Did your son watch them? So you need to put your Teletubby tummies on. Don't forget to put them on every day. Okay? But it does work, and it just protects you from demonic forces, attacks, dark energy. Is it buffering? Is anybody else having problems with buffering? It might be your internet. Tell us if anybody else is having it buffering. Now you have one of them tummies. No? So maybe it's just your area. I know there's storms brewing. Oh, I forgot to say, when I was looking into the crystal ball, there's going to be a big storm to come, and it could hit the US like a typhoon or whatever, and it could also go through Europe, UK. So it's, how they call them hurricane with a name. There's 3 of them to come, but one of them's going to be huge, and it's got an H or an M connected. So everyone else is saying there's no buffering, so I don't know what's going on. Okay. This is raw remote viewing. I don't know where I'm going. I'll just have to do that. And the reason why I black my eyes, guys, is so it just helps us to focus. Okay? obviously I won't be able to read your posts, okay? So I'm just going to see where I'm going. May peace be with you all. I ask that the archangels give us the true answers. This is raw remote viewing. Okay. Right, I'm in the ocean. And it's somewhere in the world where it's light. I don't know if it would be light in the Bahamas, but I actually feel like I'm near the Bermuda Triangle. I'm swimming in the ocean anyway. It's a beautiful sunny day. Let's go down. Let's go and have a look. A lot of the ocean has never been discovered, guys. Okay, this is really, really weird. It looks like something off Stingray. It's like a great big silver ship, like a submarine, but it's not a submarine. It's roundish. I'm touching it. It's like a metal. Oh my goodness. Right, I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like it's a UFO and it's in the sea. But it's alive. It's got energy in it. So there's talks of like USO, unidentified submergent objects. I feel it's as if I'm touching one of them. I'm seeing foreign writing on the side and it looks Chinese, but it's not Chinese, if you know what I mean. It's sort of like holographical symbols more. It's extraterrestrial. It's definitely extraterrestrial. Right, so there's definitely beings in this ship. I want to try and communicate with them. Okay. So they're letting us go with that. I'm going into the area. Right, okay. I'm getting like radiation, horrible energy. I feel like I need to get out. It's like a horrible energy, radiation. The world is not what it seems, and I feel it's as if that they're travelling through portholes, and there's portholes underneath the seabed. They're travelling through the sea. I know this sounds really crazy when I'm saying, and I've said this before when I've looked on Google Maps, it's as if like you plonk the little man down, and I've found these black patches around Google Earth, and when you plonk them down then you go through the earth into space again. So there's like sort of portholes of space and time, and it's in the seabed. But I'm getting a horrible, horrible feeling, like a sick, horrible feeling. I need to get away from it. I don't get an enemy feeling, but I don't get a nice feeling. Does that make sense? I get a feeling of the place there and the part of some federation. There's more than one federation, guys. There's more than one galactic federation. But it's like the place there, and some of them are working in for like government agencies, that type of thing. But it's like the they're lying dormant, they're patrolling. This huge, it looks like an ark, like a big ship ark. It's massive, it's huge. Like a massive, huge flying saucer. And I'm touching the curvy bit as I was going in. It's they're working for like they're working for part of an agency. Agencies are working with extraterrestrials. I know this sounds really wacky what I'm saying, but this is what I'm feeling. So they've been here a long, long time. That's the feeling I'm getting. They've been here a very long time. And when people are going missing in the Bermuda Triangle, they're actually getting sucked through that black hole. And there's more than one black hole in the sea. It's really weird. It's acting like an antennae, and it's one of the main ships, and it's picking up. There's a lot of radiation coming off it, and it's picking up other signals from other ships. It's there patrolling something. And then there's little ones which are coming in and out. Y, letter Y, S, Z. This I shouldn't be reading. I don't know what it is. It's as if they don't want it out. Do you know what I mean? It's as if they don't want it out. So when I'm in this ship, these are humanoids, and they don't seem to have much emotion. The humanoids, and they're very quite pale skinned. And there's one that's just come in, he's darker skinned. They don't have much hair or very little hair on their head. Long necks. They look a bit like a shorter version of a Nordic. And there's different agencies within agencies. And I get the letter P is connected with who they're working for. Now, could that be Putin? I really don't know. But he has his hand into a lot of space programs. And this goes way back to Hitler. This goes way, way back to Hitler. I'm going down the hall. I'm coming out the ship. The ship was very boring. It was very basic, and they were very cold beings. They didn't want to communicate with us. They just were like, why are you being here? Like being very nosy. You shouldn't be in here. Yeah. They were also non-genderless. They didn't seem to have like a masculine energy or a feminine energy. Very cold. I've come up against this type of being before. I don't know who they are. It was once when I was astral travelling. I shot through the roof actually, and I ended up in the cockpit of a UFO, and it was really strange. It was as if like, it was really strange. I ended up in the cockpit, and they were like, who the fuck are you? Like, get out of my cockpit. And I was like, whoa, well, who are you? And I was floating in this cockpit, and they were most annoyed, these pilots which were flying this UFO, but they were extraterrestrial. And the energy was very cold, non-emotionalness, and I'm getting the same energy with these sort of off-world soldiers which were in this submerged mothership underneath the sea. Okay, I'm going to go back to this. I'm going through the water. And it looks like a whirlpool, like a big whirlpool. I ask the blood of Jesus Christ to protect me and my family and my followers as we are going through this. It's like I'm getting sucked down through a whirlpool. Dead end. Something stopped us. We're actually trying to pass something classified here and it won't let we're in. I got the same feeling when I've tried to enter at Area 51. I've come up onto shoreline. I'm on the beach of Barbados, guys. I'm going to go back and find that shaman man on the beach. Wait a minute. He's in spirit. He's not here now. Jed said. I've got Jed here. Protect us, Jed. He's going to take us into the cave where he was, and we can talk to him from spirit. So we're walking along this beautiful beach. The wind's blowing. I'm going to go into the cave. It's not the amethyst cave, it's another cave. But it's got like sort of golden bits of brown bits of rock in, glistening as we're walking in. It smells like damp. It's just off the beach. And he's sitting there. I can't even remember his name. This is so bloody crazy, this, guys. So I've told you the tale about when I was walking along the beach in Barbados in 2003 and this little Rasta man approached us. And he said, come with me now, lady. He took us into this little hut and he told us all this amazing stuff about the great spiritual awakening. And now he's saying that wasn't physical world. I walked along the beach and he's telling me that I walked into a portal of time and it was meant to be. And now I'm back here talking to him again. So, Jed, is he actually saying that when I didn't see him physical, even though it was physical? You're saying, no, there's things in this world that we do not understand. So you were actually talking to him there was a spirit intervention through a portal of time. He's coming out of the cave with her. He's saying he's called Freddie. Okay, Freddie, we're going to go. Right, we're walking along the beach. And he's got like this sharp bit of, looks like flint in his hand. And it's not native language, it's a very native language. He's saying he's not from this world. He's not from this world. So he came through a portal in time and he's going to draw events on sand for sand writing. Never heard of that before. Sand writing. And I'm going to repeat what I can see here for you guys. Okay. He's writing different galactic stars and cosmic star. He's shown us planets. And he's shown us an event to take place in space. And it comes around every 1,000 years. And it's due to disrupt, should I say, the frequency on the planet, and it's going to cause great storms and great change to the planet. The warlords are losing, and the planet is being run by reptilians. Yes, that's what he's saying, but there's different, you must understand, it's not the bad, it's the bad reptilians. There's different types of reptilians, but these reptilians have morphed into cyborgs. They've become very far advanced, and they are losing. They are definitely losing. This is all playing out, and it's going to take time because it's steeped within our system, and the system is changing. Right? He's shown us Elon Musk's face, and Elon Musk is here to play a massive part in human history for the future, like human survival. And he's pointing to the sky, and he's saying he has come from the stars. Putin is actually not Putin. I know that sounds really crazy as well. There has been an intervention with him, and he has been intercepted. So when we talk about the KGB and three-letter agencies and that, they all have this technology now, which is very far advanced, which they've held back from, which can mind control people with attachments. So we have demonic attachments, but we also have attachments what they can place into people, chips, mind control. Mind control. He's shown us lots of smoke over the USA. And it's something to do with an event. And the smoke will fill the sky dark, make the skies go dark. But it's to do with an astrological event which will take place, which will affect the grid, but it will also affect people's moods. Orange sky, red sky. We need to bug down and prep. Continents will change, and something will happen near Antarctica which could affect the whole globe. And he's thrown us a big sever of a fault over Antarctica. They are all here underground. They live underground. But agencies are working with them. Good ones are also here. They have been forced to leave. But they are also people playing out their part on Earth with different lineages connected with these beings. It's going to take time. A 4-star event. A 4-star event. It's got something to do with 4 stars colliding or coming together. And it's going to catapult Earth into a new awakening, a new awakening, not a great awakening, a new awakening. We've been rushed too fast. It'll be a new awakening, set in stone. Every one of you in this audience tonight are the Earth volunteers. Come back to do your bit. And we've got to take responsibility. This is what he's saying. Children of Earth, you need to not worry. You need to take care of your own lives, not what's out there, what's within. There is great revelations to come onto your planet. Great revelations. What man needs to do is not look on the outside. They need to look within. You must look within. There is 4 crystals on Earth that are very precious timeline crystals. They are set. They were set by great beings that came to your planet. And they have a they are time capsules ready to go off. And within these time capsules, when they go off, this sets humanity into a mass new awakening. They are trying to find them. They cannot find them. They are deeply buried within Earth. The channeler, Louise, was taken into that hub underneath the Bermuda area. You will never get any information of them beings. I am original man. I am the original man. We are all star seeds, but there was an intervention which made us star seeds, but some have the original lineage of old man, back to Adam and Eve. Adam. I am from that lineage, like Moses. But there was an intervention where they made Mars into Earth and Earth into Mars. It is true. Every 1,000 years they create an event which wipes out memory, humanity, and then you start again when they know that you are ascending. 8 times this has happened for humanity. You are all in the 9th gate, ready to go through, and you are winning. It is written in all the holy books, Revelations, that the beast will show their face. He is already there. He is here. But you need to understand, there is now many beasts. There is trillions and trillions of earth angels on your planet right now. So what is labelled as Earth is Mars, and what is Mars was Earth. You lived there. Your ancestors lived on Mars. You were taken over by the cyborgs. The reptilians invaded. You were living in harmony. You were very, very far advanced. Technology, happiness, entwined within relationships with different Pleiadians and different star beings. Great farmland, happiness and joy in heaven on earth, and you are invaded by the reptilians. They enslaved the true earthlings.
which was Mars, which is now labelled Mars. And they took them underground. Many were slaughtered and killed. This war is in the galaxy. It's been going on for eons. Some were rescued and brought to Mars, but it is now Earth. In your eyes, it is Earth. They've had you in an Infinity 8 for eons and eons. This goes back to the land of Nod, which is talked about in the holy books. You are cast into the land of Nod. It is not a fairy tale. It was slavery. It was put there to trap you, to keep you in mind control. The 8 has broken and they are panicking. The Infinity 8 is non-existent. Your ascension across this planet, each and every one of you, your lights are switching on. And this has broken the strands of the figure 8. They are outnumbered. There is trillions more to enter onto your beautiful planet. And as Earth angels are leaving, more are coming in. It is the war of the gods. The warlords will not win. The warlords will not win this war. You must not be afraid. You are signed to come here. I must stress that you must keep grounded, stay vigilant, and not get caught up in many different psyops. Keep your wits about you. Your wits. I give you all a sun necklace. A magnificent sun. A beautiful, magnificent sun. This sun, blessed, original Earth, and original Mars. So what do? They change it. And they change it and put holographic light. You are all Gaia's angels. Bless the sun. Bless the Sun Lord. For he who blesses the Sun Lord will receive great riches. Great riches. We have Ra, who tells you all that you are the sons and daughters of the sun. They tell you it is the earth that is under pollution by them, not you. With their war and their destruction and their deceit. But it is the sun that was attacked. She will rise. She will come back. Light your candles. Sing your praises daily. Be around nature. Love is the key. Is the key. The ocean hides so much mystery. The the ocean. This is a water world. Mars had less sea, but it was really Earth. They planned to put you, devastate you, and put you on another planet. It will not work. You will save Gaia. What I am saying to you is, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mars. You are on Mars. Does not matter. Everything is labeled. It is about your well-being. It is about you being happy. It is about your freedom, free will. Watch for the signs. Watch for the 4 beasts to fall. Like I said, there is many now, not just one. There is many universes. There is many universes with many beasts. But they are outnumbered by you all, angels of the sun. Their empires are falling one by one, and they will get bitter, and they will try to tell you to go into places of safety. Do not go. Just go home and shut the door. Lock the door, for what is to come is a trick of their holographic equipment. It is not real, even though it will seem real. Then the sun, after the smoke, after the darkness, will rise at dawn, and you will know that you are on new earth. I bless you all. You are the ancient beings of original earth. They tell you they want to take man to Mars. You are already there. Namaste. Goodbye for now. Okay. Thank you. Whoa. 2 minutes, guys. Woohoo. Whoa. We are the Martians. We are the Martians, guys. We are the aliens. It's no different. Everything's labelled. Is that what in a figure eight? I've said this before, haven't I? The Matrix has been the figure eight. Figure eight on a side. And they've looped it every 1,000 years. Wiped my memory, brought it back. Wiped my memory, brought it back. They're not going to win. When did we go to Mars? Well, they've labelled it Mars, but it was really Earth. That's what I'm saying. What he was saying is, Mars is Earth, Earth is Mars. Everything's a label. Everything's a label on this planet. We are broken out of that Infinity 8.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you something. And I've just had a strange flash, and he's just shown me that. That's the Martian sign. I did that back in the 80s. One night with an old boyfriend, I got high. One of the only times I got high on a joint. And I said, do that. And I drew it, and he did it for us. And it's infinity. And we all had them. We lived on Mars, which was Earth. There was an invasion. Some of us were enslaved and kept there. There's a lot of mining going on. And some of us got escaped. The Pleiadians came and took we here. And then, of course, the nutcases what took over original Earth. The now cyborgs used to be reptilians. Followed we here, and then there was original reptilians here anyway. But we were on a heaven on earth again, and then we got invaded again. They came in again. What I want to say to you is the year the Sunspot Observatory went down, and it was crawling with FBI. It was around the post office. I don't know if you remember it. At that point, all the observatories around the world went down. All of them. I don't live far from the Kielder Forest Observatory. That went down. Nobody could access nothing. Because they wiped it out because they didn't want me to see the big ships coming in. And there was soldiers that came in, the cyborgs. But they'd been told to leave. There's been an intervention. So even though this might sound all very hearsay, like, where's the proof? This is what I'm getting channeling. This is what I'm getting. It's here if you want to take this information. The proof is in the pudding when you see what's going on, when you're awakened and you see how they are dealing, all these rulers, how they're going on. Because some of them are them, and some of them are intercepted through family lineages and controlled. Some of them are already controlled. Does Eleanor Danan talk about that? I like Eleanor. Very true. For some of them what are out there, she knows her business. I recognise Eleanor. I just think that we're all here. And we're all here to play our part. And I'm here to remind you, we've had this conversation many times before. When we've been stuck on another planet. And we had all this far advanced technology. I might not have been leading the show. It might have been one of yous. I'm getting a deja vu tonight, guys. We've done this before in another place and another time. I've never read her books. I'll have to get one of her books. There's been things found on this planet where in fossil, what looks like original, I think they found them other planets as well. No, it's been here. I was watching some documentary, I don't know what it was, where it looked like it was an old laptop, like an old iPad, I think that with this technology that we've got is prehistoric to what's out there. The Cedars, the Return of the Gods. So we've had far advanced technology, and they just seep it in every year. Make money out of it. Little did you know that, Wi-Fi and FaceTime and it's all going on across the galaxy. We've just got a slice of it. A little teensy-weensy slice. What do you think the dark web is? Don't go there. It's bad. You've got to question everything. Just seeing a light there. Is there anything else I can give you before I go? They are returning. They are coming. We are them, you are us. We are them, you are us. We are all as one. You are the Martians. You are the original man. Don't go with labels. And there is many Earth-like planets in your galaxy alone. Until the next time, friends. Goodbye. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Did you enjoy that? I'm off, guys. It's 2 o'clock. It's after 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm off ski. I'm off to make a cup of hot chocolate. And I'll see you soon. I'll be got a busy week, but I'll be back on Thursday for another one. I think I'm going to do personal on Thursday. I think I'm going to do something like Letters from Heaven, you know. And I think we can we'll bring the spirits through for you on Thursday. I think that would be nice. And then obviously we'll just take it from there. But I'll be on tomorrow night because I've got a little clip going out for the YouTubers who aren't on me Twitch. I'll take clips and there's a clip going out and it'll be going out tomorrow night for you. And I think you'll enjoy it. And possibly another one Friday or Saturday for you as well. So I'll see you tomorrow night then. And may the force be with you all. Stay safe, guys, wherever you all are around the world. Until the next time, this is your Psychic LJ signing out.